Well, joining me now is Community Leader Pastor Lorraine Jones Burrell. Hi, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. How surprised are you at these findings?
It's horrific. It's extremely painful, but it's been happening for decades, Kay. My son, Dwayne, who was killed through knife crime, before he was killed, he went through a number of strip searches, and so did so many other black young boys in Lambeth. The trauma that it's caused, it's so damaging. We don't want it to happen unless it's a matter of life and death, and there are specific officers that can do this in the right way with an appropriate adult. But it has been happening on a large scale. When I saw these figures, I said, my God, this is still happening. I mean, with our daughter, Child Q, we're a very close community, the black community. That was like breaking the camel's back. But there's so much more going on. It's a life-changing experience. It's traumatic, emotionally and mentally. And this has caused a large amount of young people and people from the black community to distrust the police. It's shattered the trust because of what our children are going through.
What needs to happen? What do you want the government to do?
It needs to stop. It needs to stop. And once this has happened, it doesn't stop there. Kay, when my son died, he was on a life support machine for 2 days in King's College Hospital. The first thing I said to my son was, Dwayne, the police can't harass you anymore. That's how traumatizing and the impact they had in Angeltown. They were being stopped and when they strip searched, they would bring them in the van, touch them inappropriately. It wasn't just my son. Because I'm a community leader, I'm a pastor, I was speaking to a lot of families and a lot of young people. And they would tell me what they went through. They would touch them inappropriately, and we're talking about young black boys. It was embarrassing and traumatizing. Some of them couldn't speak to their parents. Now, if a child is going to be strip searched by another person, it's child abuse. Just because it's the police, how they're doing it doesn't make it any different. These children are left scarred. We don't want it to happen unless it's a matter of life and death. There has to be an appropriate adult with them, but that is the last resort. We don't want that to happen.
So you think there are only very, very rare circumstances when this should be allowed to happen? The police would say if they do it, they may be looking for concealed weapons or drugs or the like.
Oh, Kay, how many children have they strip searched and found these items? When this violation happens, there's no apology, there's no therapy, and therapy is needed. Can you imagine an innocent child being strip searched by a stranger? Yes, they're police, but there's total strangers to these children, and there's no aftercare? What do we think is going to happen to them? We want to know, how many cases have they found these items? And if not, I think that these officers need to be disciplined and the power needs to be taken away, because we know that not all officers are using their powers in the right way. It's all coming out. But these changes are happening to innocent children and families that are being scarred for life.
You mentioned Child Q. You know her.
I don't know her personally, but as I said, Kay, the black community are very close. I see her as my daughter. I don't know how she is right now.
I was about to ask how she's coped.
I don't know how she's coped, but I know that she, obviously, it doesn't just go away. It doesn't just go away. And, you know, the Chief Counsel needs to see the impact of such powers being executed on these children. It's a devastating impact. So it shouldn't happen. And if it does have to happen, they have to be absolutely sure that what they want to find is there, an appropriate adult is there, and aftercare is given. And if they're carrying these things out and they're not finding anything, there needs to be some kind of discipline.
And a thought, just before I let you go, Pastor, about your boy. It's not the natural order of things for your child to die before you. How are you coping?
Kay, if I didn't have the grace of God to be able to advocate for our young people. I've got a boxing gym, which he left. I've got a community centre. I'm working with some very supportive police officers and the local council to serve our youth. If I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't come out my house. I'd probably be on antidepressants and just withering away. I've got seven children, so 6 other children and 4 grandchildren. But please, if you could see my heart, I've got a broken heart, but it's the need of our youth. Dwayne said to me, Mum, the youth need help. This was 9 years ago. And every time I feel like giving up, I hear his voice and I see what's going on. And I said, I've got to do all that I can to help them. And I'm just so thankful, Kay, that you're giving us this voice.
OK, well, thank you for taking the time to join us, and do come and see us whenever you want to.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Thanks a lot.